In Minecraft 1.19, we received 3 blocks, and they are illumination blocks. When I exposed about frogs, we said that when they eat a magma cube, they excrete this luminous block. I leave to your imagination what this is. Is this sweat, or vomit, or... Well, just watch the video. The important thing is that we have a new block. This can be used for decoration or illumination, and the question is how can we obtain decent quantities of it. Welcome to a new video of BigBrother161, and today we will see how to build 2 practical farms to obtain froglight. So let's begin. As you remember, the color of the froglight is dependent on what variant of the frog ate the magma cube. The orange frog gives off the ochre variant, the green frog gives the verdant, and the grey frog gives the pearlescent. So, today we will see 2 ways to build these farms. One way is finding the basalt deltas biome in the nether, and the other way is finding a magma cube spawner in the bastion remnant, also in the nether. So let's see the first one. The first thing we do is come to the nether, and as you can see in our left side, we see that the biome we are in is the salt sand valley. So we must search and move to a basalt delta biome. This is a lot better. And as you can see here in the right side, it says basalt deltas. And yeah, this biome is filled up with basalt. The next thing we do is come to a nether roof. Of course we can build this farm under, but it will be a lot less productive. There are a lot of videos on how to come over to another roof, so I will leave that investigation up to you. The farm I want to show you is this one, and it will not take long to build. So first, let's see how it works. Basically, it consists on a platform. In this platform, the magma cubes are supposed to spawn. As you can see here in the center is an iron golem. Magma cubes will see it and try to attack it, but they will not be able to because of this configuration. You can see here there is a backstone wall and some snow powder blocks that will damage the magma cubes. Large and medium sized magma cubes will be damaged by this configuration, and of course some of them will be hit by the golem. The next thing will happen is that small magma cubes will actually fall over here. The trapdoors are placed some kind of a filter and will only let pass the small magma cubes. In this chamber you can see these 3 types of frogs that will eat the small magma cubes. As you can see here in the chamber, the floor is made up of honey blocks. These serve 2 purposes. As you remember, honey blocks are not full blocks, so if you place hoppers beneath them, they will still be able to absorb items. And the second function is that over honey blocks, no mobs can jump, so that will resolve the problem of frogs escaping. The frogs not jumping will actually solve a lot of lag. And here we have some species of a frog stable. The variant of the froglight depends on the variant of the frog. So here we have more frogs on reserve, and maybe we can change them in order to get the type of froglight we actually want. The purpose of these glass blocks are so gas don't spawn. Remember that we are in the nether, and aside magma cubes, some gas might be able to spawn, so let's avoid some disasters. In order to spawn, gas require a volume of 5x5x4. Here right in the center you will see this tower made up of scaffolds, so let's get to the top. So here we are at the building height limit, and this means we are about 120 blocks over that platform. Let's review some data. In order for an hostile mob to spawn, it has to be located spherically over 24 blocks of distance. In order for them to despawn in about 2 minutes, they need to be below 32 blocks of distance. And in order a hostile mob to despawn instantly, it has to be at a distance of 128 blocks. So remember these 3 spherical distances. The trick is that the platform just below us is inside the 128 block sphere, and the rest of the nether is outside of this 128 block sphere. So no mobs will spawn there, and all the spawning capacity will be inside our farm. And the farm working looks like this. You can see magma cubes of all 3 sizes and are heading to the center trying to attack the iron golem. The magma cube, being a fire mob, receives a lot of damage from the powder snow. The large and medium ones die up here, and the small ones are filing inside the chamber where the frogs are located, producing froglight. We can start checking the chest, and we see froglight of all 3 colors are starting to appear, including some magma cream. That's why I was telling you that depending on the configuration of the frogs inside, will produce the quantities of froglight you want. You can also have some lids in this chest in order to change the frogs. Of course, we cannot skip our production test. I was in the platform for around 20 minutes, and that way we can see the production of this platform for 20 minutes. The first experiment was using only one frog of his variant, and the result was this one. You can see we have approximately 7 stacks of each color, and a few magma creams here. The next experiment was introducing one extra frog of each variant. As you can see here, we have 6. And the result after 20 minutes was this one. As you can see, there is no big difference. We practically obtained the same, and probably with only 3 frogs, the rest of the farm was already saturated. And with 6 frogs, we obtained just a bit more. So I will say that 3 or 4 frogs is enough. Let's see how to build it. As you can see here, we have the list of materials we are going to need, plus the frogs, which I explained how to obtain in the previous video. I leave you the link here. So now let's get to work. To start the farm, we place on a tower 4 scaffolds here. And right at the top, we place 5 double chests side by side here. These 4 blocks of space are left here in order for you to build the storing system you want, for example an item sorter. Next, with our hoppers, we make this 5x5 structure leading towards the double chest. And just over this, we play on a 5x5 configuration our honey blocks. Now let's place some columns with our walls on the corners of the structure. With an additional 2 blocks of height. In this side we place 2 blocks, and the rest of it we surround it with glass. Here we place the doors, and at the top we finish to close up with a square, full blocks. And again we come to the top, and with our slabs we start to make extensions on the 4 directions, 11 blocks long. 9, 10, 11. And like this with all 4 directions. Next, let's talk a little bit about circles in Minecraft. There are a few applications online where they can tell us how to build circles utilizing squares, like in Minecraft. So for this farm, we are going to use the 31 circle. Remember that most hostile mobs can aggro another mob from 16 blocks away. So using this radius, a circle 31 blocks will be enough. Any magma cube spawning inside here will be far enough to see the golem and head towards the center. So using our opaque blocks, we're going to make the delimitation of the circle that goes outside. And finally we have the circle, and it just looks like this. The next thing we will do is take our slabs and fill up all this area. We have something like this. Now we come to the center and do this. Leave a whole block on the center and surround it with a small wall like this. Just leave a space of 2 blocks and leave exactly the same wall up here. It is right here where we're going to summon our golem. We place it like this, and the base block right in the center. And now the pumpkin here. That way, the iron golem will spawn right in the center. Let's come to the front part and make a tower out of scaffolds. And from this wall here, we're going to make some lines out of glass, heading on all 4 directions, all the way to the extremes. And now, leaving between each line 4 blocks of space all the way to the extremes again. I like the other side. And our small net is like this. What the glass does is avoid the spawning of gas. Remember that gas requires a volume of 5 by 5 by 4. Now the next thing we will do is make an additional layer out of glass. Remember that the largest magma cubes are able to jump all the way over here, but with another block of height they will not be able to do so. Finally, it looks like this. Now we come to the center again, place another block, and start to make a very high column of scaffolds at about 120 blocks of height. Now we come all the way up here, and using our final glass we make a small platform like this. Just be careful not to fall. This is going to be an AFK spot. Up to this point our farm is almost functional, but let's go down for the final touch. Magma cubes are already spawning. As you can see in this example, this is the reason why you have to be careful on what biome you build this platform. You can see here some zombie piglin are appearing because that part of the platform is actually entering another biome. Here near the iron golem we start to place our trapdoors, only on the periphery. Now on these 8 spots we place scaffolds on the centers and on the corners, and take our snow powder, and over these we place these blocks. As magma cubes are fire mobs, they will receive a lot of damage from the powder snow. Finally, we open all our trapdoors. Here in this net, the spaces have less than a block, so only the small magma cubes will be able to pass. Remember again that in the last video I explained how to obtain all 3 variants of the frogs, so I'll leave that to you. And finally, our froglight farm is already functional. Here we can see the magma cubes already going to the center. But as I already showed you, we had here a frog stable. So here we build a platform out of glass. Here's some stairs to get to the top. And now we make our pens using some more glass as the walls. As you can see, we have a different pen for each type of frog. Here we can store the green frogs, here the grey ones, and here the orange ones. Remember here to leave some chests with some lids, and that way we can interchange the frogs and put the ones we need. And that's all, so let's see our next farm. For our next farm, we need to find a bastion remnant. But it is a very particular one, so let's use a trick. There is a site online called Chalk Base, so we come here, we're going to use one that is going to help us to find the bastion. So we come here to a section where it says never end and select the bastion. And on a map we're going to see with coordinates where the nearest bastions are. Here we write the seed of our world. If we come to our world and type -seed, we're going to see the seed on green here. With only a click we copy. Here we paste. You can see here I have it pre-selected. And here we're going to see a bunch of dots. But you can see this is the origin, 00. And if we come here to the description, you're going to see there are 4 different colors. There are 4 types of bastion remnants, and the particular one we are searching is the treasure room, because it is only on this one where we are going to find a magma cube spawner. For example, we can see this one that is 568 and 532. So let's head up to that place. And the bastion remnant is this one. You can see that all 4 types of them, this is the largest one. So let's go in. And let's get right to the bottom, and the place where we want to go is this one. This is precisely a treasure room. The way you will identify it is because of this magma cube spawner, some gold blocks, which is the treasure that is guarded by these pickling brutes. First, let's see the farm working. This is a very simple one where you are going to see the spawner trapped right in the center, magma cube spawning, and as soon as they appear they go to the bottom and start receiving damage from the powder snow. Large and medium magma cubes are going to receive damage, but the small ones won't, and they will be eaten up by the frogs. When they are eaten, froglight will drop, as well as some magma cream. This is a very simple farm, which is not as productive as the previous one, but is really easy to build. I present you the 20-minute test. You can see that in 20 minutes we generate a bit more than 4 stacks of froglight and about 20 magma cream. In order to build it, the list of materials. With 1 stack of blocks, 3 stacks of glass, some carpets, hoppers, 2 chests, some luminous block, and 9 powder snow. So let's begin. First we need to do 2 things. First let's get rid of these pickling brutes. And now let's remove some blocks. In the center we cover up some holes. We locate the spawner, and with some hoppers we build a small structure. When we get right below our spawner, we take our luminous blocks and make a small platform. This will allow us to work safely, because otherwise magma cubes will start to interfere with the process. From the center hopper, we will go further another 3 blocks. And that way we have a row of 7 hoppers. From the sides we place 3 hoppers heading towards the center row. And now let's complete the platform the same way. We make a hole and place a double chest. With our opaque blocks, let's finish the border. Let's choose a side and place a double door, and let's fill up all the top of the hoppers with carpets. Now let's locate the center and place a snow powder, surrounded by the periphery by 8 other blocks. And now, over this opaque block border, we make a wall out of glass. Before removing the glowstone, we will introduce the frogs. And once the frogs are placed, we remove the glowstone. And done. Mimics are going to start to spawn, and the frogs are going to start to eat the small ones. But don't forget, this is going to be a hostile environment. And the magmacus are actually going to be able to kill us during the building process, so try to be careful. The hardest part about building this farm is getting the frogs. But as you can see, the rest of materials is actually a small list. This is a very simple farm, and although it is not very productive, it is really easy to build. This has been Big Brother 161, and remember, I will be watching.